Welcome to episode number 28 of the Blitz Take. I am here with Ben Chase, and
What's up, man?
he's here to update the viewers on how he's doing about his road trip and everything about it. So welcome.
Thank you. I'm just putting my phone on Do Not Disturb while I'm I'm parked right here right now in northern Illinois. It's freezing. It's literally my car says right now that it's 32 degrees outside, but it probably feels like 20 something degrees. It is so
Mhm.
cold. Whew. We just got out of the game. I Yeah, tough loss tonight for Northern Illinois, but it is what it is. Thank you for having me on. I'm very grateful. Sorry for the delay.
So my first question is, what was your thoughts on the Toledo Bowling Green game last night?
Yeah, last night was an incredible game. It's probably one of my favorites from the trip, mind you. It's the latest I ever got into a game because my van, Betty White, if you aren't following me, my van, she hit a hard patch last night and had some transmission issues, but we hopped
Mhm.
in. Barry White, which is my rental, and the last name's White because they're both white cars. So we got there right at the second half, and that was a shootout. Toledo was down 21-0, and they took a lead with 50 seconds left, 35-34. But Bowling Green, their arch rival, converted two third downs to win the game, and that was crazy. It was one of the coldest nights of the trip, and then tonight was the coldest night of the trip
Mhm.
here in Northern Illinois. But yeah, that was a fun game. Honestly, one of my favorites. Yesterday, that game, the day itself was probably the hardest day on the trip, just mentally and financially and everything. So just getting to Toledo and getting to that game really made my week actually.
How long was how long was the delay once your car broke down?
Yeah, so it was one of those things where I was scheduled to get to Toledo probably around 4 o'clock. And that's when my so Betty passed. Betty had issues, and I didn't get to the game. I wasn't in the stadium until probably like 9:15 ish. So like it took me a few hours to get. Actually, it took probably an hour and a half to 2 hours to get towed, and then I waited for the diagnostic, and yeah, so like all those things, it took a little bit. So I would have been there. The game was the kickoff was 7, and I got there at 9:15. So it was like, and then the drive in my original time when I left Toledo or left Kensaw, North Atlanta, I was supposed to be there at 8:30. I didn't get there until 9:15. So like there was crazy traffic, and
Mhm.
it was just hard. But the game, once I got there, I was just so happy to be there.
So my next question is, what do you plan on doing now, heading down south to New Orleans?
Yeah, that's a good question. So New Orleans is about 14 hours. It's 11:30 right now. So right when this interview is done, I'm going to drive as far as I can, and then I'm going to take a nap and then keep driving.
So, how far do you think you can go tonight?
I don't know. I'm super tired already. So 14 hours from now would be about 1:30. So, or 2:30 Eastern. I don't know. I'll probably just get out of um, DeKalb and then go from there. I'm super tired, so I may just take a nap right here in this parking lot, depending on how I feel after this interview.
Are you in the stadium parking lot?
Yeah, I'm in the RV lot right now. This guy right here, I don't know if you can see. This RV right here.
Oh yeah,
That's my friend. He's cool.
nice.
He's packing up right now, and then
Yeah.
so yeah, I'm in the RV lot.
So my mom asked me to ask you this question.
Okay.
So,
Hi, Mom.
so now since your original car broke down, where do you sleep at night?
I haven't figured that out yet because so last night I stayed in a hotel for $37.
Hmm.
Um, but tonight, like I'm gonna be driving and just I'll probably sleep and bury it somehow. I'll figure it out. I've that's a new question and I don't have an answer to because I this is my first night where I have to figure it out that I don't have a place to stay.
Hmm. Um, Also, this is for my mom. Are you sick of the trip yet or enjoying it?
No, I definitely enjoy it. Um, I don't know if am I sick of anything. No, I'm not sick of anything. Uh, I think the thing that um, I've learned to just like keep it moving on is negative comments, and I have people that reach out to me that their intentions aren't very genuine. They're trying to like, for example, someone will reach out and be like, "Oh, I've seen you had field passes for all these games. Like, I want to. I would want. I'm doing this podcast. I want field passes too."
Hmm.
And I'm just like, okay, like my story. Not that it's like special. It's not, but like I've never reached out to a school or like done anything to. I've never asked for tickets to a game like that. Like, so I don't really have an answer to like when people ask me like, how do you get these things?
Hmm.
Because I can just say, I people reach out to me from the administration. Like, so I think it's one of those things where I have in the last like probably 72 hours, I have had a lot of people reach out to me, and like I try to help everyone. Like I'm like with this podcast, this is my third time on, and like I'm more than happy to come on all as much as I can. As long like I had to push it back a little bit, and I said, can you wait until after the game on Saturday, just because you know right now I could be sleeping, but I like if I can do this podcast, I will do it with you. But there's some people that just are selfish, and I can tell that that's like their intention, and that's the one thing that like I'm not sick of, but I've just noticed recently is like a happening.
Hmm. Before I move on to the next question, did you get to see Dave Portnoy?
No, I did not. So I guess they left like right after their show, which is
Hmm.
no. It's so if Betty didn't die yesterday, I probably would have met them yesterday because they stayed for the whole game.
Hmm.
But they did not stay for tonight's game, so it is what it is. I'm not mad about it because like I got invited to do like sit in on some meetings, which was kind of cool. I've never been in meetings, so that's why I was like, all right, it is what it is. Like um, so no, I did not get to meet him, unfortunately.
I got two more questions. Uh,
Sure.
what are your thoughts on the TCU Baylor game and Oklahoma State Oklahoma game?
That's a good question. So those two games are on my schedule to go to for those who are listening or watching. So the TCU at Baylor game, I added that one. It wasn't originally on my schedule, but I wanted to see TCU to make sure I saw them before. If they stumble or if they lose or whatever. Like I just wanted to see this team in person because they're a top 10 team, top 5 team, and I haven't seen a lot of Big 12, and if I can double dip on the Big 12, that'll be sick. I know that I'm gonna miss. I know I'm gonna miss a lot, not a lot, but the Oklahoma State Oklahoma game, which is my second game of the season. I'll probably be like, I probably won't get to the end of the first quarter. Sorry, but I wouldn't be shocked if Baylor upsets TCU, which would be funny because I'm like I don't know if it's a field storming game for them because Baylor's been better than TCU lately, but like I wouldn't be shocked if that's something that happens. So it'd be
Hmm.
cool to see that. And then Oklahoma State, like Oklahoma State's been better the last 2 years, and Oklahoma's been really, really bad this year. But the rivalry at Bedlam is like special, so I wouldn't be shocked if that game, as a shootout that goes into the final like 3 or 4 minutes, and that's when the winner is decided.
Mhm. So my last question is, what do you plan on doing next week for Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving, I plan on being in Oxford, Mississippi for the Egg Bowl, Mississippi State at Ole Miss, and someone invited me to have Thanksgiving or like Thanksgiving dinner at their tailgate. So that's my plan right now.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, I'm really fired up for it.
Yeah, I'm really happy for you and what you have been doing, and especially the content you're taking the time on your Twitter account has been amazing, and I keep it up and hope to have you back on before the world trip ends. And good luck the
Yeah,
rest of
for
the way.
sure. Thanks, man. I mean, next week will be the last week of the regular season, and I'll have a lot of time after that. So like maybe we can catch up after that, and then kind of I can talk about bowl season and what the last leg of. Hopefully, Betty will be okay by then. You she's I think she'll be out for another week or so. So hopefully next time I talk to you, I'll be back in Betty.
Okay, sounds good.
Thanks, man. Well, hopefully, you never know. Penn State, we gotta keep
Yeah,
track on Penn State as well. But thanks for having me on. I'm sorry that I was a little late today and I had to push you back, but just like some of these days get super chaotic, and the best time I have is either a day off or immediately after a game. So I'm very grateful, Alex, and thank you, listeners. And yeah, I'll see you guys at the next tailgate.
have a safe trip down to New Orleans.
Thanks, man. I'll hit you later.
Okay, bye.